Hey guys, Soundwave85 right here, and today I'm going to show you the proper way to clean an old school video game cartridge. I don't want to get into like a crazy explanation right now. I want to just get to the point because a lot of people get these crazy explanations and don't get to the point. So I'm going to show you guys right now, and then after I want to give you do's and don'ts and why you shouldn't. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so for this video, what you need is a cartridge of your choice, a plastic eraser. Make sure it's a polymer plastic eraser. Depending on the cartridge you use, you're going to want to get the security bits. There's the 3.8 or the 4.5. In this situation, we're going to be using the 3.8. It's a smaller one. Q-tips, 90% alcohol. It has to be at least 90% alcohol. And a microfiber towel. So you want to take your security bit and go ahead and unscrew it. Not gonna lie, it actually took me a little bit to find an actual game that needed a good cleaning. I have this habit of just as soon as I get them, I clean them, which everyone should do. So for starters, you see this? I don't know if you could tell, but there's kind of a bit of dirt and grime and nastiness on the pins. You know how many years of spit that is? Yeah, it's kind of gross if you really think about it. So in this situation, you take the cartridge and you take your plastic eraser. And it's just like, you know, erasing a bad answer on a math test. You just want to sit there and erase the dirt and grime and nastiness that's on these pins. It's good to go back and forth against, I guess you could say, the grain or against the pins with like medium force. And something you don't want to do is you don't want to touch the pins with your fingers, because then the oil from your fingers will transfer over to the pins. Then you want to go ahead and flip it to the other side and do the same thing. I'll explain why you want to use a polymer plastic eraser once we're done. I'll give you guys some do's and don'ts, even though there are quite a few things that people are so used to, and it brings back a lot of nostalgia. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so I erased the nastiness. You'll see a little bit of residue from the eraser. So in this situation, it's good to take your microfiber cloth and kind of brush off the remnants of the eraser, so you don't have any of the eraser residue. I'm going to sweep that away. I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Then I'm going to take my 90% alcohol, 91%. You only want to use 90% or higher because anything lower contains too much water and you don't want that. So go ahead, take your Q-tip and the alcohol, put alcohol, soak the Q-tip in alcohol. Me, I just kind of squeeze it through the into the Q-tip, and then you want to go ahead and wipe the pins with the alcohol to get all the eraser residue and out, and to kind of decontaminate anything that might be left behind from 30 something years of blowing into a cartridge. So you want to go ahead, make sure, I do it like once or twice. Medium force as well. You go up and down a little bit too. And that's it. Now from here, what you got to do is you want to dry use the other side of the microfiber cloth, or you could use 2 microfiber cloths, one to wipe the remnants away from the eraser or drying off the pins. Now, like I said, you don't want to touch the pins with your fingers. You don't want any oils getting on them from your fingers. See that? Nice and shiny now. You see the glare off those nice pins? Yep. So from here we could go ahead and put it all back together. What I'm going to do though is show you this. You see all this gunk and nastiness? Just think about that. That's what you're spitting into when you blow in a cartridge. That is what you're spitting into these old school cartridges. I know it's super nostalgic. I know people just always, hey, it always worked. It's true, it worked, but it was a placebo effect. By the way, this is where I tell you guys why you shouldn't blow in cartridges and what you should and you shouldn't do. The reason why you don't want to do this is because you get all this nasty buildup. Just look at all that nastiness. I mean, it looks like whoever blew in this cartridge probably just drank a Coca-Cola or something. What ends up happening is, over the years of doing this, you just build up so much nasty gunk. Like, look at this one. You see that? You should never blow in your cartridge because that's just going to build up. And over time, if you could see this, look at all that buildup. Over time, it starts corrosion. Specifically here, like it's starting to turn these pins, it's hard to see with this lighting and the glare, but it's starting to turn these pins green. And that's not good because you need these things to be completely clean so it creates conductivity. So stop blowing in cartridges. I know it's like a blast from the past and it's nostalgic to do it, but don't do it. I will tell you this. I went back and I cleaned every single one of my cartridges. And I'll tell you this, and on top of cleaning your cartridges, you also want to clean the pins in your actual console. Look for, a pin cleaner or like one of those special cartridges that you insert and, you pull in and out to clean the console pins. Because I'll tell you this much, my games start within the first 2 tries of putting it in the console. Guaranteed. It's rare I even have to do it a second time. 9 times out of 10, it starts on the first go around. So guys, if you ever buy a new game on eBay or someone gives it to you or at a thrift shop, before you put it in your console, make sure you clean it. And also clean your console, clean all your games, and never blow on them again. Because if not, you're gonna look at some nastiness like this. And here's another example. This is a really bad one actually. I haven't gotten to cleaning this one, but this one, you could see how bad the corrosion is. Like some of these pins almost look like they're rusting. And using this polymer eraser is a godsend in restoring these. I've actually come across games that the pins were literally rusted, and I was able to use this, and I got the game working again. Also, don't just use any eraser. You have to use a polymer eraser because it's not as abrasive. It's as, say, a pencil eraser. I've seen people do videos of using a pencil eraser. It's just too abrasive for the pins, and you're gonna take away that coating on the pins. So don't use just any erasers. Don't use sandpaper of any kind because that's just too damaging. If you want your games to last a long time, use a polymer eraser with 90% alcohol. And I promise you, it will do wonders. I haven't had to clean my games in probably 8 years since I've initially did it. And I still get them to work within the first 2 tries. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted something quick, easy, and to the point. And feel free to subscribe. Oh, by the way, this video was brought to you by Legends of Retro. For all your retro needs, they have it all. You can check them out on Instagram, Legends of Retro, all one word, or legendsofretro.com. Enjoy, guys. Oh, before I go, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together. catch you guys on the flip side.